Hello everybody, welcome back to Kharak Cup number 1. This is some more action from round 1. We have Rompafrolic playing as the Galzian against Claw also as the Galzian. Rompafrolic, isn't that a great name? Makes me think of like a kid, running around like a toy store destroying everything, I don't know. He's got some pretty nice colors going on here too. It's sort of dark purple and light purple. And Claw, meanwhile, spawning in the south, has got sort of the black and red, which is a really nice combo, I think. Always looks pretty good on the Galzian. This is actually maybe what they use in the campaign. Anyhow, he's spawning in the south here, and he's put all four of his sand skimmers, or all four of his salvagers into CUs, and he's researching sand skimmer fabrication already. Meanwhile, Rompafrolic here, also following suit. He's got his 4 salvagers on CUs, so nothing out of the ordinary here for a Galzian player. This is a pretty typical start. And I noticed that neither of them has salvaged their base runner, so perhaps they're going to be going for some aggression in the early game. I guess we'll have to see. Both of them have well, at least one of them has finished sand skimmer fabrication. He's making them now, so it looks like it's going to be some pretty classic Galzian early aggression out of Claw right here, as he's moving across the map with his production cruiser. Rompafrolic, meanwhile, seems to be favoring more of the traditional, economic style here. He's got 2 salvagers on the CUs there. And let's see, he's not producing sand skimmers just yet, which could get a little bit risky if Claw pushes in here with this production cruiser and sand skimmers. But now Rompafrolic is beginning to make them as well, and he wants to move out on the map also. So we're going to see some early game sand skimmer fights go down in the middle of the map here. And now Claw starting to take his second base here. That's always good. And these sand skimmers are going to come across in the middle here. Now it's very important that you focus fire. And unfortunately, Rompafrolic seems to be targeting the scanner. But it's a 2-on-3 here, so he's definitely going to lose this, and he seems to know that. He's pushing back. This sand skimmer might die here, though. Yeah, it looks like Claws is going to push right in here and grab this sand skimmer. It might get out. Yeah, it's looking a little dangerous now. He really needs to go back to his carrier, I'd say, turn the power onto weapons, which he's doing, to his credit. Just try to hold it off from there. And this sand skimmer here really should have been pulled back. He's way too close, as you can see. Although, another sand skimmer goes down there. And he's not punished for this move, so this is looking quite good now. If you look in units lost here, Rompafrolic has lost 2 sand skimmers, and Claw still has not lost any. So he's making this attack pretty convincing here. And his base runner is, of course, here ready to grab an artifact. He's going to start that right now. And, his opponent seems to want to take this artifact, but he really should just move his base runner back, because all it's going to do here is just sort of get killed. Perhaps he's hoping that it's going to sort of, pull his opponent's military off to this side of the map, but not having the numerical advantage, that's really not going to help him either. And so this base runner is going to go down here. Some majestic purple glory. Does manage to, touch the artifact there, so no one can pick that up right now, but that is going to be, a fairly significant loss here. Now once again, it's 4 sand skimmers against 7. He's got the carrier here though, and so I wouldn't expect Claw can just push in here and do damage, but he's going to keep his opponent in the space, just say, hey, you can't leave now. I'm pressuring you already. Rompafrolic producing another base runner. That's kind of interesting. Its healing ability is quite good. I wonder what he wants it for though. Now Rompafrolic is pushing out here with 6 sand skimmers. I'm not sure I really like that, because of course we know there's, almost 12 now here from his opponent. They both have armor 1 upgraded, that's good. And Claw, meanwhile, is teching into railguns, so he definitely wants to take this into the mid-game right now. But Rompafrolic has already teched into assault ships, and seems he's producing one. It's about halfway done now on his production cruiser, so that's very good for him. He's going to be able to sort of push his opponent out of here. But pretty soon he's going to be having to deal with these railguns coming from Claw, who is also, meanwhile, producing a second production cruiser, as you can see out of his carrier there. Some fights are going on right here. Once again, the focus fire is pretty good, but I don't like how he's pushing in here. This is an assault ship. I mean, this is pretty dangerous. They both lost 1. Now Rompafrolic has lost 2, so he's gotten some good value for pushing in there. He's taken, a 2-for-1 trade. But now he knows for sure I can't just push in here. I have to worry about these assault ships now. Not sure I really like, splitting the army up, but if Rompafrolic might be a bit rewarded for it, is he's going to find these 2 salvagers just sort of sitting here. Oh, and maybe even crucially an assault railgun. That's actually No, that's not going to happen because these sand skimmers are going to get back here before it comes out of the production cruiser. This guy should really just pull back. And now, you know, Claw could go for refinery mode. That's obviously one of the most important techs is the Galzian. He scored an artifact, which is very nice. He's kind of got a 1-0 lead up there. But with these, you know, now 3 assault ships pushing down in different parts of the map, it is going to be a little bit more difficult for Claw to hold on to the middle than it has been. Oh, this is dangerously close to this assault ship. This assault railgun goes down, which it looks like it's going to real quickly here. Actually, does that win in a one-on-one fight? Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm really not sure which of these units is going to win this fight here. Oh, well, now it's definitely the assault ship. Yeah, well, that's not good, like I was going to say. You really don't want, you know, you really don't want your assault railgun going down right after it's been produced. But he's switching into heavy railguns here. If you just move a little bit further up there, you can kill this assault ship. But I don't like, however, how these units are all just kind of locked into each other. You know, like this guy's so close to this assault ship. The sand skimmers are miles away. And meanwhile, there's another assault ship coming in here. So I don't really like the positioning so much from Claw. I feel like it would behoove him to kind of get his units together a little bit more, which he's doing, so that's good. But now he's going to have to deal with this kind of annoying little aggression right here on the side. Still hasn't gotten refinery mode. He doesn't seem to have any interest in that. Well, yeah, and a railgun goes down there. So that's 2 railguns now, as well as the base runner, which means if you look at the units lost tab here, Claw is actually kind of suffering in that regard. You know, he's lost a lot of units. Not as many as his opponent, but quite a few. These 2 assault ships just wait, you know, like right in the middle of this open ground here. I'd love it if they would go to this hill over there. Second base runner goes down. That's a good pick for Claw. And now, you know, if you look at the sand skimmer counts, this guy's still over here doing annoying things, by the way, but if you look at the sand skimmer counts, it's like 13 to literally 0. One of them's getting produced right now. So that's really bad times for Rompafrolic. I mean, his opponent might just not even care about this assault ship here because he knows he's going to do a lot more on his side of the map. Rompafrolic is making interceptors though, and I'd expect to see them launch pretty much immediately against these railguns. But Claw wisely keeping his production cruiser here next to these railguns, which means that will kill off interceptors as they, you know, come in here. Interceptors are quite squishy, and production cruisers have at least decent anti-air. And so he hasn't really been able to mobilize those, and meanwhile all of his salvagers have been killed, literally all of them. So this is looking really, really dangerous now for Rompafrolic. In fact, how many resources does he have? Flooding quite a bit, that's interesting. But wow, look at that, the carriage is just already dying. I mean, there's nothing seemingly that Rompafrolic can do to stop it. It's just gonna die right here. That's very unexpected. And that's the end of the game right there. So, what exactly was it that made him lose this game? I think, you know, right in the early game, he took some kind of bad engagements here. Maybe some better sand skimmer micro could have helped him out there. But also having his units always just kind of in the open, not really moving around, that was not good for Rompafrolic. I really liked that assault cruiser assault ship down here, but that just, you know, it wasn't enough. What really would have helped him was some better micro, better positioning in the game. But that was a good game, and that's another game from round 1 of Kharak Cup #1.